Many factors led to the eventual deposition of the monarchy in 18th century France. The French were greatly influenced by the American Revolution that barely preceded their own. They followed the American example and applied principles of the Enlightenment to their ideology. A rising financial crisis contributed to unrest among French citizens. Increasing military expenses as well as a dependent aristocracy strained France's economy. The aristocracy resisted taxation of the wealthy and continued to extract money from the lower classes. The national debt rose in part because of the French's involvement in the American Revolution. Politically, France was in a precarious position, for Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette did not know how to run a country. Politically, change came quickly. In 1789, members of the Third Estate and members of the Cahiers and Estates General met together to create a French constitution and establish a new body of legislature. Louis reluctantly agreed. Middle-class assembly members feared military intervention when Louis XVI had troops moved to Versailles. They sought for popular support, and on July 14, 1789, 100,000 Parisians stormed the Bastille and freed the prisoners. Their uprising signaled a destruction of the old regime. With the price of bread rising and the desire for equality, women actively participated in the shifting times. On October 5th, 6,000 women marched to Versailles. Their intervention in political proceedings and riots led to the forced removal of the royal family to Paris. Women marched next to the royal carriage carrying spikes with heads of the impaled bodyguards. The changes in ideology contributed to the Assembly issuing a proclamation proclaiming the rights of French citizens to liberty, free speech, property, security, religion, and others. 2 years after the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen was issued, and after much controversy, a new constitution was passed. Among other things, the Constitution formed a one-house legislative assembly, reorganized local government structures, laid out voting laws, and discussed women's rights. With no legitimate authority and an active people, Louis and his family tried to flee Paris. The king's attempt to flee pushed the people over the edge into a more radical frame of mind. In 1791, the government changed again. Power was revoked from the Legislative Assembly by the Paris Commune. The Commune and mobs of the public deposed the king and executed 2,000 royalists in what came to be known as the September Massacres. Yet another constitution was created, and France became a republic under the National Convention. Thus began the Reign of Terror by Robespierre and others.